Hi, first grade. Since we are in the spirit of Easter, I thought it would be fun for us to do a little art activity and create an Easter bunny. So I have drawn one here for you. I'm going to show you what my final product looked like, and then we're going to go through the different steps that you would need to create your own Easter bunny. So here is the Easter bunny that I have created. Take a moment to notice that my Easter bunny is sitting on top of a hill. It looks like he's outside because of the color, and there are some different Easter eggs surrounding him. Now at the end, I'm going to ask you to color your Easter bunny. What I want you to do though is use your imagination and your own creativity. This is my Easter bunny, and these are my Easter eggs. I use some different patterns and designs to create them, but I want you to be creative on your own. So your Easter bunny can be the same colors as mine, or it can be different colors. I want you guys to have fun and be creative. Here are the different materials that you are going to need to create your Easter bunny. You're going to need a blank sheet of paper. You will need a pencil. And then something dark to trace your bunny in when we're all done. It could be a marker, it could be a black crayon, or a black colored pencil. And then finally, you'll need something to color in with at the end. I'm using oil pastels because they make my picture really bright and colorful, but you could use crayons, colored pencils, markers, or whatever you have around the house. We are going to go ahead and get started. This is an activity that anybody in the family could complete. So if you have an older or younger sibling, if you have a parent or a grandparent around that wants to join us, have them grab the materials that they need as well and join us. So we're going to get started. We're going to hold our paper up like this so it's longer and not as wide. We're going to rest it right down in front of us. And at the bottom, we are going to make half a circle from one corner to the other, so it looks like the hill that the bunny is sitting on. So you're gonna make a line that looks like that. Go ahead and do that. It's a pretty curved line and it looks like almost half of a circle. So go ahead and make that. If you need to pause it to do your step, go ahead and then continue once you finish. All right, step number 2, we're going to make the body. Now, all we need really for the body are 2 lines. These lines are not going to be straight though, they're not going to be parallel. They're going to be pointing a little bit towards each other. We don't want them pointing so much towards each other that they're touching, but we want them to be pointed towards each other because this is the body and up top we're going to put the head. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my lines. Just like that. So I have one line. It's kind of leaning in more toward the middle, and then this line is leaning more toward the middle as well. I'm still giving myself plenty of space up top so I can draw the head and my bunny ears. So go ahead and make those lines. And then let's move on to our next step. Our next step is going to be drawing the head. Now, your head is going to be more of an oval shape. If this is a regular circle, an oval looks a little bit flatter and wider. So here's a circle, here's an oval. I want your bunny's head to look more like an oval. I will make mine, and then I want you to make yours after. Perfect. And you know, if you make a little mistake, that's why we have erasers on our crayons, on our pencils. So there is my head. So go ahead and make your oval head just like that. And then next are going to come the ears. So for the ears, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a semi-long line that rounds at the top and comes right back down. So I'm going to go up, round it at the top, and come back down. Just like this. So make a line, it's going to round at the top and come straight back down. I'm going to make one more of those on the other side of my bunny's head. Just like this. So now I have my 2 bunny ears. The next step is quite simple. I'm just going to make a line that almost matches that perfectly, but it's going to be on the inside of the ear. So I made another line with a curve at the top and came back down just inside the ear. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Again, I'm moving quickly, so please pause if you need some extra time. Okay, so now we have our bunny ears. Next, I'm going to make my tail. So I'm going to make 3 little humps right over here. It's going to touch the side of my bunny's body, and it's also going to touch the grass hill to show that our bunny is sitting down. So I just made 3 little humps, 1, 2, 3, and that is going to be the fluffy tail for my bunny. All right, our next step, I'm going to make what's going to look like the belly of our bunny. So I'm going to make what's very, very similar to this bunny ear. I'm going to make one of those curved lines right here in the middle of my bunny. So take a look. I'm going to go up, curve around, and come back down. Just like that. So I just made that curved line for the belly of my bunny. All right, great job, you guys. You're doing awesome. So next, I'm going to go ahead and make my bunny's face. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make what looks a little bit like a triangle in the middle of my bunny's face. But when I make a triangle, normally they have really, really pointy edges. I don't want it to be so pointy. I want it to be just a little bit looser. And I'm actually going to make my triangle upside down. So I'm going to start, take a look at my bunny that I made here. I'm going to start with my straight line, and then I'm going to go upside down with my triangle. So make your upside down triangle with the edges that are not quite so pointy. Just like that. Perfect. All right, my next step is where I have my point down here, I'm going to just make a straight line, not very long, but just a little straight line, just like that. So just a little straight line. And then underneath that, I'm going to make a smile. So I'm going to make kind of a wide smile to show that my bunny is nice and happy. Just like this. And if your line is not touching your smile, go ahead and just extend it down so that they touch. So the line and the smile both touch. Now, I'm missing eyeballs. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make 2 dots above. And you know, if you want to make some cool eyeballs, you can go right ahead and do that. Be creative. But I'm just going to make some little dots. Just like that. Perfect. So I made my nose, and then my mouth, and then I have my dots. Once I've done those steps for the face, now I'm going to make my whiskers. So I'm just going to make 3 lines coming out from each side. They're going to start a little bit on my bunny's face, and then they're going to be pretty long. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. So I have the 3 whiskers for my bunny. Okay. My next and final step is going to be to create some different Easter eggs for my background. So I'm going to put a couple Easter eggs on my hill. And again, when you make an Easter egg, don't make it like a regular circle. Make it more like an oval. Make it more like an oval. So it's not as, you know what? This is an oval facing one direction, and this is an oval facing another direction. So when you make yours, you're going to make them kind of look like this. And then I'm just going to make, let's see, one over here on this side, and then one over here on this side. So this is what my bunny, my Easter bunny, looks like right now. All right, you are almost to the step where you get to color in your Easter bunny. But the final step before you color is to trace over all of these lines with a marker or something that's dark. It could be a dark crayon, a dark colored pencil, anything that you have that's dark. Just trace over all of those lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You guys can join me right now, or you can pause while I am doing this. I'm going to trace over my whiskers, trace over my nose and my mouth. And if you made any mistakes with your pencil, the good news is that you can erase it. So if your marker doesn't match up perfectly with the line of your pencil, you can just go back over and you can just erase any of your pencil marks that you can still see at the very end. All right, here is my Easter bunny. So now I'm gonna go ahead and color my Easter bunny and hopefully transform it to look something like this. I love seeing different Easter bunnies all around the town. I think it's really cool when different family members come together and everybody uses their creativity. Some people might make a white bunny, some people might make a blue bunny, some people might enjoy orange or yellow bunnies. Whatever color you prefer, have fun, be creative, and enjoy. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a happy Easter, and I hope you enjoyed making this Easter bunny craft. I'll talk to you later. Bye.